Recording in progress.
Like say, I'm going to say call coach hotline, and then you're going to say who you are and what you do, and then you're going to ask your question. This is my question, and then you're going to ask the question, and then I'm going to just go boom, 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 whatever the answer that comes to me is. And then I'll rack out and like make it whatever is going to be really valuable for you. And Josh, I'm going to ask you when anybody else is going, if you can mute, because I'm just getting a little bit of feedback on yours.
Yep.
But who wants to go first?
I'll go
Christina,
first.
Or Josh?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody else mute. And all right. Call coach hotline.
Hey, Chad, this is Joshua Betancourt. I am a life coach, and the question that I had was, what are the most important qualities an entrepreneur needs to build a large community?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, large community. Large community is it's really a willingness to keep going. That's the first thing that came to me is to keep going and keep building, keep adding value, and keep on like bringing people through. A lot of people, what they do is they come from a mindset of like, hey, I'm just going to talk to somebody. I'm going to offer them my services. They say yes, they're going to be a client. If they say no, they just go away. What we really want to do is build in a community, build relationship, build connections, and then some people are going to be ready to go right away. Some people are going to take some time nurturing, relationship building, all that stuff to become a client. Boom. Was that valuable for everyone? All right, cool. Welcome. Is it Ingela? I never can remember how to pronounce your name. Gabriel, welcome?
Yes.
Ingela, perfect.
Yes.
All right,
Woohoo!
so as you guys saw, what we're doing here is I'm going to be filming like reels over here. I'm going to say call coach hotline. You're going to say, hi, my name is this, and this is what I do. And then you're going to say, my question is no backstory, no like, all the story and this. It's just the question. I'm going to answer the question, and then boom, we're on to the next one. If you don't have a question, just take a second, write down a question, and who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Awesome. All right. 1 second. Call coach hotline.
Hi, Chad. This is Betty Dang. I'm a CFO and accountant. And my question for you today is that I'm doing a voice memo campaign and reaching out to nurture my contacts in Facebook. Do you have any tips on what type of questions I should ask, or what starter conversation starters are good to start so that I can offer my service and be more direct?
It's awesome to do voice. I would also send the text too, like exactly whichever you said, even if you have to copy and paste it, because some people see a voice message and they don't want to listen to it. They don't know what it is, and if they don't know you, they're not going to even listen. So I send the text and with a voice. So you're going to get much more likely they're going to actually listen to the text or the voice. Also, you could do video too. That's even more connection. If you're willing to do that. Another thing, ask them about their business. How long have they been in business? What got them started in business? Why are they passionate about what they do?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Christina, are you next?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
Mhm.
Call host. Yeah, hold on. That didn't work. Call coach hotline.
Hi, Chad. It's Christina Lucarini. I'm a functional health coach and I help people with thyroid disease. My question for you today is, how do I grow my Facebook group with the right people without spending money on Facebook ads?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this actually for you for a while. I think you need to rename your group to like what it is, but then for professional women. So then it's speaking to people that have money and not on the couch. This is the challenge with people that work in pretty much any niche. If you go broad with your messaging, it always goes to the lowest common denominator. And so what you want to do is go more narrow and speak up to a higher level individual. So then it attracts a higher level individual. Awesome. Great question. Who's next? Anybody have any questions that they want to ask? You just sit and listen, waiting for other people's. Ingele, you got something?
Mm.
No worries. Yeah, if anybody that's already gone, if you have any other ones, if you want to just go again, and we'll just keep going until somebody else has something.
All right, I've got another one.
All right. Call Coach Hotline.
Hey, Chad, this is Joshua Betancourt, and I'm a life coach. I'm curious about your opinion on the best platforms to market, services, right? Like coaching services and life improvement services.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that you get to look at that. Well, one is I would narrow down that niche to speak to a very specific person with getting a very specific result. Very specific person, very specific result. When you get clear on who that specific person is, then you get to ask yourself, which platform is this person actually on? If it's somebody that's young and that, a young person, just kind of like Gen Z, early millennial, it might be a TikTok, Instagram thing. If it's like a professional person, if you think of your person's wearing a suit all the time, then it's probably like a LinkedIn thing. And kind of everybody else is like a Facebook situation. Is that helpful? Hey, Laurel.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So Laurel, what I'm doing here is I got a camera over here, or I got my phone over here on a tripod, and we're doing the Call Coach Hotline. Essentially, I say Call Coach Hotline. You say, "Hi, my name is Laurel. I do this, this, and this, and this is my question." And then you just ask your question. Attempted to have like as short as possible, so then I can keep it under a minute, ideally. Yeah, feel free to take a second to write down whatever your questions are. Oh, and because you're a client and you already kind of know a lot about what we do, try to keep it to what people wouldn't necessarily know about. Like you would ask a very specific question about what we're working on. Try to keep it a little bit more general, and I'll still make it valuable. Cool. Anybody else have any questions that haven't gone yet? Or if David, you got one? All right, unmute.
Yep, sure.
Awesome, man. All right, so let's do this. Call Coach Hotline.
Hey, Chad, how's it going?
Hello.
David here. I do breathwork coaching, meditation coaching, facilitate plant medicine ceremonies, and help people with healing trauma and healing relationships. And most of my work has been through word of mouth, and I've had a hard time making the transition to finding clients through social media. I've been trying on and off for over a year, and it's been pretty limited success in terms of finding people through my own efforts. What would you suggest?
Yeah, so a couple of things there. It goes back to that trauma, kind of the conversation we had with another person. It's when you speak to people with trauma, a lot of the people that come are the people that are still on the couch and they're not actually ready to get out of the trauma. But if you start speaking to the symptoms, the things that high performers have, everybody has trauma. We all have trauma, but somebody that's a high performer might not resonate with the idea that they have trauma. They don't know it. So you have to create an education process to solve a problem that is the symptom of trauma, and then in that process, help them discover from themselves that it is trauma.
Okay, thanks. That's helpful.
Yeah, we run into that all the time with our clients. It's like one of the biggest things. So it's like kind of that broad conversation. The broader you are, the lower the client is going to come in. So it's like getting clear on. So you get referrals, and those are those like higher performing individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take a look at what they came to you for. What was the symptoms? What were they dealing with? And then reverse engineer that into your messaging when you're creating content.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if you, what I'll do is I'm going to, I'll drop a calendar for everyone. Anybody that's like, you know what, holy shit, I need the support. I need this on a regular basis. And then you guys can book a call if you feel like you're ready for all that. Let me find a calendar, hold on. And then if anybody else has a question, does everybody love, like, are you guys loving this, like, idea? I feel like this is like a hack for me. I'm like getting content because I'm like,
I think it's fabulous. I thought it would be great for us to all incorporate this in some fashion as well, because it's really a lovely way to get clarity and to give clarity to other people. And I guess I do have a question then. So
Yeah.
what would you think would be when we see that the conversations sort of taking a turn with a potential client?
I'm gonna have you re-ask this in the
Chat.
coach format.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I'm just getting a calendar for anybody that wants to book one. So like whoever uses Calendly on their computer. I don't know what just happened there. I'm so glad that didn't drop everybody.
Nope.
I clicked out of the thing.
Oh, there's two of you now. What else you do of it?
So I'm not sure if you can post calendars or links in Zoom anymore. That was really weird. Every time it kicks me out. I'm gonna drop this link in our team chat, and you can put it in, see if you can put it in. So does anybody, so Laura, we'll go with you next. And then if anybody else has any questions, I know some people, welcome Clara, welcome Cheryl. If you guys have any questions, feel free.
Thanks, Chad. I have to hop off, but it was really great talking to you.
Yeah, Betty, I'm excited for our call on Wednesday.
Tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye.
Hi.
All right, there you go. Okay, let's get rolling. Oh, let me put my calendar back, or my calendar, my phone back. All right, Laura, you got your question?
Yes, I'm trying to.
So this is who you are, this is what
Yes.
you do, this is my question.
Ah,
All right, one
my-
second.
you mean my name and what I do?
Call Coach Hotline.
Hi, this is Laurel Santiago. I'm an integrative nutritionist, and here is my question. When I'm in a conversation with a potential client and I realize that the conversation has just taken a turn for the worse, where the client is I just lost a little interest, what is the one thing that I can do that would help regain the conversation to turn it back around?
Yeah, it's to recreate them. It's to get back to their vision of what they're out for, and to reiterate that, and to reconnect them to that, what they were out for. When you can get them back into that world of things, then they can they'll most likely get back on the path of moving towards wanting you to hire them, or them to hire you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. Who's next? Laurel, if you have more, I had Christina drop the link, so if anybody wants to book a call. You have more, Laurel?
Sure, of course I do.
I know. All
Yeah.
right, let me do it.
Go,
Let me
Laura.
start it again. Hold on.
Count on me, count on me, yeah.
All right. Call Coach Hotline.
Hi, my name is Laurel Santiago. I'm an integrative nutritionist, and I have a question. How can I help clients get over the speed bump that they believe that that there's nothing that they can do to lose weight? If they don't believe it, how am I able to change that mindset in a phone call?
You don't, not in a phone call at all. It's in the content ahead of time. So it's in the case studies, it's in the videos, it's in the interviews with clients, it's in your content needs to handle the objection that it is absolutely possible that and instill that it's absolutely possible for them to lose weight, no matter what situation they are in. And it's like specifically interviewing clients that have had weird situations that they couldn't lose weight, and that needs to be completely instilled in them.
Super, thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody have any questions that they don't want filmed? Cool. Well, Laura, you got more, or Christina, or Josh, or David?
Yeah, I've got another one. So in the like in
One
the
second.
trauma healing space,
Hold on one second.
meditation, breath work, all that stuff.
Let me do you
Oh, sure,
do
yeah.
you want to ask one that's not filmed?
Either way is fine.
Okay, then hold on one second. I can go further into it after I turn
Yeah,
it
for
off
sure.
too, so all right, hold on. Call Coach Hotline.
Yeah, David here again. So I've been doing work with clients in trauma healing, meditation, breath work before even breath work got really popular, but now it's like a really crowded space. Everybody's talking about trauma healing and breath work and somatic work and all that stuff. Seems like a very crowded space, and I don't like getting on videos and being like, hey, look at me, I've got the best technique. What's a way to stand out without trying to, say me, look at me?
Yeah, it's not about you at all. the more specific the result that you can help them get, the very more specific person that you can actually work with, it creates a uniqueness. And then there's the uniqueness that you bring to it, right? So when you get really clear on the impact that you can make, the results that they can get, the people that you love to work with, and the people that actually have resources to pay, like niching into those three things, and then getting really clear on, who they are and the result that you get. Those two things, when you bring those together and narrow it in as tight as possible, it creates a unique, like blue ocean of brand new people that have never heard of this. And then and it's not about trauma healing, it's not about breath work, it's not about somatics, none of that. It's actually about the result that they get. They
Yeah.
don't actually care about how they get it, they want the result.
Okay. I've shared testimonials online where the results to me seem like, wow, I mean, this is obvious. Like one client's like, I've worked with coaches and therapists, and over 30 years, nobody's helped me as much as David, and he helped me to save my marriage and so on and so forth. But I've gotten very little response to any of the testimonials that are talking about results. Any thoughts on
because
that?
people don't actually care. So this is the arrow. I'll map it out for you real quick.
Sure.
This has got the weird new updated whiteboard. I don't know it's not as nice as the other one. And it takes like forever to load, so hold on. Okay, so you have this right here where nobody cares about who you are and the results that you help anybody get. They don't care about your certifications, they don't care about any of that. What they care about is, could you potentially help them with their current problems?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like problem aware. So you need to help them speak to the problem, and then also help them realize that that problem is not actually the real problem. There's actually an underneath problem that if they want to get to know, and this was kind of going to Joshua's question too, is how you build a community is by this. You solve somebody's problem outside of a community, and then you help them become aware that there's a deeper problem. And then you invite them to join a community or an event or some sort of training, some sort of sales process that is valuable. So then that is shares, this shares more of the process. It helps them become process aware. So it shares your process. Nobody cares about breath work. Nobody cares. There's a ton of people that don't know what breath work is. There's a ton of people that don't know what somatics is. It's just, if you're just yelling at the people that already know about breath work, then you become a commodity. Right? You become you just like everybody else. But if you can speak to people that maybe they've heard a little bit about breathwork, but they never thought it could actually help them, and you talk about the problem that they have, and that problem isn't really the real problem, it's actually underneath this stuff. And when you can really figure out what this, so you can figure out what the real problems are, then you help them show the process that you use to do it. I'll give you an example. Had a client, her name was Aria, and this is where this really hit it big for me. Is that when she came to us, her messaging was she helped parents of neurodivergent kids emotionally connect with their neurodivergent kids. Help them emotionally connect with kids. This is the thing. people that have already done all the research and figured out what neurodivergence is, let alone like so they had a diagnosis, or they went to a thing and they said, oh, your kid is autistic, most likely, right? Now they did a bunch of research to find out that actually they're just on this neurodivergent spectrum, and the solution to that is to emotionally connect with your kid, and this is kind of some things you could do to do that. The people that have already gone down that route are so educated. Why do they need to hire her for $4,000 for 3 months? Right? To just kind of guide them through what they just learned in a YouTube video. So if we can go to somebody that just had a diagnosis and that doesn't want to like maybe they're not like super into doctors, but they had this this diagnosis, your kid is on the spectrum and they need all these drugs and blah blah, and their life is just going to be like this, and they say, no, I don't want that. I'm going to start looking into another solution. And you speak to that. And then your kid, or maybe even pre-diagnosis, your kid's having a bunch of, breakdowns in public or whatever. And so this is the problem. How to get that she should be solving. How to get your kid to stop having emotional meltdowns in the grocery store. So then it becomes, it's a real problem that she's solving for them. She does a video on that. Hey, this is how you can do it. Just so you know, your kid isn't, if they've had a diagnosis around autism or whatever, it's actually neurodivergent, and the solution is to really connect with them on an emotional level. I have this training in my Facebook group on how to do that. Join my Facebook group and we go deep on how to do that. They join the Facebook group, they do a whole process and shows this is this and this. Hey, if you want support and guidance on how to do this, it's a rough journey to go down this path alone. You should, let's book a call and see if it's a good fit. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because it's speaking to like people that call themselves like life coaches, or they that's not solving a problem that people have. That's a very generic thing that people have to do, right? And so we need to get very specific at people. So if the call to action, if you want support, getting very clear on who that specific person is and the specific result, and really creating the whole, all of it, feel free to book a call and we can see if we can support you. What's up, Mr. Papa?
There we are.
There
Peace,
you
love,
are.
and happiness.
Yeah. I like that background. So this is what we're doing. We're creating reels from people's questions. So the way it works is oh crap, I've been recording a bunch. Whoops. So I'm hitting play over here. I say call coach hotline. You go, my name is Mr. Papa, whatever you want to, however you introduce yourself. This is what I do for people, and this is my question. And then I give you a pretty quick question, a quick answer. I hit pause and we can go more in depth into the question if you want to chat about it further.
I think I got that.
You down to play?
Oh, absolutely.
You got a question?
I have a lot of questions, Chad.
Well, you got a question that maybe I could help?
Creating a buzz on social media.
Okay, let me hit. Why does this keep playing? All right. So I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna say call coach hotline. You introduce yourself, you ask the question, and then I'll answer. All right. Call coach hotline.
Hi, this is Tim, Coach Papa Stewart. Quick question. I've been playing around with social media for a while, but how do I
Hold.
create a real buzz around what
little.
I'm doing?
You want to leave the back.
Yeah. So how do you create a buzz around it is showing up consistently, being excited, adding a ton of value, and then moving people through like into a new place. The best way to create a buzz is by creating a community and then and creating it as a connection place that they can come and get value, and that there's something happening, a movement. It's actually the best way to create a buzz is actually by creating a movement.
Okay.
So yeah, that is the best thing. Like if we could be better. We could that's one place that we teach and we could be better at for sure. So but creating that movement and how do you create a movement is here, I can do this. So how do you create the movement? That's the real question. And that's really about doing a few things. It's getting really clear on who the people are and really connecting them together and bringing them in. And then creating a plan for them, a very simple plan. We need to do this, this, and this to create your plan. Now, I think it's like Weight Watchers in the 90s or something. It's like drink a shake for breakfast, drink a shake for lunch, and eat a sensible dinner and lose a bunch of weight. That was a movement. Probably super unhealthy. Probably people got a lot of unhealthy crap around that, but it created a movement. Then you need to do two other things. You need to defend against. Every movement has an evil that we need to defend against, and then we need to advocate for our people. So it's like it's advocating for the people that are in the movement and defending them against. So when you're speaking in like being interviewed, you're advocating for and you're defending your people, and then you're creating the plan, and then you're bringing people together.
That's great.
Yeah, that's the best thing is to create that movement. We've had a few people create really amazing movements. John Patrick he's amazing at it. Our client Marissa, she has the Happy Belly Method, and she helps ladies with gut health, and she's crushing it. But yeah, hey Cheryl, thank you. But yeah, man. So how's everything going?
We're moving right along. I told you I was general manager for a company that was
Mhm.
taking a lot of my time. I'm no longer general manager for that company. It came time to move on.
Got fired. It's man.
Yeah,
That's rough.
no, it was, I'm returning in my role as his coach and not his general manager. I was his
Okay.
coach before he made me his general manager. I've been going to the office pretty much every day since middle of June. And it's just not working. I'm working on closing a deal with the Union Pacific Railroad, where I would go to every rail yard in the United States and deliver the training. So my information has gotten up to the VP of
Say
Safety
Laurel.
for Union Pacific. So
Hey Clara. That's super
that
cool.
yeah, there's a lot of super cool stuff going on, and that's just.
So what's the new focus besides it? So you're gonna close that? Is that gonna take a lot of your time, or?
If that closes, but it will be a 6 to 7 figure contract. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's
what I'm talking about.
that'll be a big deal. So-
What's your timeline on closing that?
Oh, this week I will find out if I get the face-to-face with the VP of Safety. And
Nice.
it all came from a birthday call. Called a young man I've known for years, didn't realize he'd been promoted into the position he's currently in with Union Pacific. he's always respected what I do and respected me. So just a little bit of talk. We created a short StreamYard video to send to the VP on what we're doing and how the brain training improves safety for the United States Marine Corps, reduce warfighting casualty by over 30%. And in that era, the opponent had a brain. In the industrial environment, mostly the opponent doesn't have a brain. It's about improving the brain of the employee to be aware of the patterns, to recognize their intuition and to trust their intuition in environments. So we should have a side call at some point so I can explain more to you about what this that does. I know you looked at the website real quick, and I appreciate that. But that's it's powerful. It's very, very powerful.
That's cool. So that's for nice. Yeah, man, I would love to support you guys on that project. It'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just saw your text. I got home and had a small construction project I'm finishing here at home, and my granddaughter's father-in-law was here, and he had his van and all of his tools, so we dove right into that project and got it done. And then I looked at my phone and said, "It's starting at 4:30," and I'm like, "Check me in."
Yeah, this has been fun. I feel like, I don't know. Well, David, did you get some value? Gabriel, you get value?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Yeah, so David, where are you based?
I'm in California.
Okay. You want to come to Orlando next month?
I don't think I can, but thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna be well, all the stuff that we talked about today, we're gonna go way deeper in that, and then helping you create the model. So we have our we've shifted it a few times already, or just recently. You're welcome. So the really in-depth version of what your question that we asked today is, you want to create your own model, not a method, because the model helps you explain what you do in a really effective way. And we've just changed, I swear, this shared
White screen.
whiteboard is not the coolest.
Yeah, I haven't had good luck with it either. A lot of the shared screen I do, but this is
Yeah.
it's very cumbersome.
So what the one thing that every coach is out for, or that is like really called, right? Like our clients are coaches that are called to make a deep impact on the world. So what our clients want is to fulfill on the calling. So then how do we know if we've fulfilled on the calling? Well, if we're not making an impact, obviously, our calling is usually around some sort of impact. So there's impact. Then if we don't have freedom doing our impact, we have not fulfilled our calling. And if we're broke, it's going to be very hard to fulfill on our calling. Oh, that's supposed to be there. And how do we do that? We need to be able to really create a system around attracting clients. We need to create a system around enrollment. And and then we need to create performance systems. So we can handle it all, because really, we are not who we are currently able to handle our full calling, right? There's like something much bigger that we need to become to be able to handle it. So we need to expand that. Then we need, so how do we attract? We create something called impact systems. Then we create a movement. Sorry, called coach movement. And then we amplify our audience, no, our visibility, excuse me, this has changed. Boom. Then for enrollment, we can't enroll anybody if we don't have a program. We need to create our True North program. Then we need to be able to take people from clicker, engager, somebody that's interested, and get them into qualification, into connection, into qualification, and then have them sell you instead of you selling them. And that is the empowered client enrollment process. And then we need to work on client success so that we can help people stick around longer and get better results. Then we get to work on, this is all new. So I'm gonna call this like we literally just changed all of this part. We really just changed all of this. Cellular alignment. Cellular alignment is actually, it's a somatic release technique to help you release things that are stopped in your body, or that are stopping you in your body and helping you align to a bigger potential. Then you have energetics. And then it's the somatic. Yeah. And this might be down here, and this might be here, but that gives you the idea what this, what our process looks like, our model. We're going to actually be helping everybody that comes to the event create this model for themselves, and then how to use it to present, how to use it to sell, how to use it to create content, how to do all the things. So, it's gonna be pretty dope. Any questions about any of this stuff?
Nope.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna take off. Mr. Papa, if you want to talk to John and get us on that call, we can see how we can support you guys, and yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, David.
Yep.
Yes,
See ya.
tell Holly we said hey.
Will do.